So today we're going to start polishing the table. Now we're using orange flake shellac with added wax. So the shellac actually has wax mixed into the polish, which makes it easier to burnish the finish. Also the orange flake gives a lovely glow to the wood. Now we'll probably get a few runs at first here. We just want to get a coat and seal the timber. It's all going to get cut back again. Now we're going to add some shellac to the column. Beautiful reeded column. It's shaped like a cannon. And now we'll just put a coat around the top edge. It's a long way around, and to think that somebody hand carved this whole table, it's quite amazing. And now we're going to start adding some polish to the top. We're going to get a few runs here and there, but we'll just wipe all that off later. We just want to seal the timber at the moment. And there's 8 of these shells. And these shells are carved into the solid piece of wood. They're not carved and then glued on. So I would say that they spun the top on a lathe to remove the wood from the center, and then they carved the shells in by hand. It's just amazing craftsmanship. You would have had to have been very wealthy to have owned a table like this back in the Georgian period. And the colour of the table already is just so much nicer now that we got rid of that horrible modern finish that was also on top of another modern finish. Now the grain in these tables is quite plain. They use that because they are carving into the edge of the table and they didn't want any warping. If you use a grainy timber and then you start carving big hollows into the center of the table will tend to warp. But it's a beautiful red mahogany. And we're just going to colour in these little pieces of wood here that are hiding the screws. we just use a bit of burnt umber and mix that in with the shellac, which is a very similar colour to the mahogany. And there's the underneath. It's got the steel brace in the bottom with the hand forged screws, handmade. And we're just going to freshen up the underside as well. And again, that beautiful Roman style fluted column. It's definitely got sort of a military feel about it. Now it's the next morning. We did brush another coat of shellac onto the table that we didn't film, so we are up to 2 coats now. It's a bit bright. And now we're going to be cutting back the finish to make it all smooth with some 0 grade steel wool. And we just want to flatten it all out, clean those acanthus leaves out, and those beautiful claw feet. They almost remind me of a dragon's paw. They're beautiful. Again, we're just cutting out any runs that we got. Just getting it all nice and smooth. And then we will be applying another coat. It helps to have fingernails when you're doing this, so you can get into all the little grooves. And we're just smoothing it out. And then we can give it that antique finish. And now we're cleaning that Roman style column. And we'll clean the flutes as well. You do need a bit of patience. It does take a while to get everything nice and flat again. But it's worth it. And now the top. We're just going to use some 240 grit just to smooth out some of the edge. Again, we don't want to rub too much. We don't want to cut into the timber. I'm just cleaning out these shells, which is really going to take quite a while because there's 8. And detailing them is going to be quite time consuming. And we're just going to speed things up a bit here as well, because there is 8 shells to do. Okay, now we have burnished the top back as well, and now we're going to add 2 coats with a pad. We just wait about an hour and then we'll do this again, and then we're going to start burnishing again. So we actually put 3 coats on, and this will be our final burnish now. Now we're using a 2.0 grade steel wool, and then we will go up to a 4.0 grade steel wool. And we just getting the table nice and flat. And we have been putting quite a bit of pressure on the table when we're doing this back, so we have tested out that split and it is holding quite well. And there's so many shells. The table is a much nicer colour now as well. It's got that golden tone to it, not that purple stain that the last finish had. And it's got a traditional finish on it now as well. You quite often see these patterns of shells on Georgian silver salvers. And you see them on spoons as well. The King's pattern. Now we're going in with some 4.0 grade steel wool, and we're just smoothing out the top again. We're getting that nice sheen now. Yeah, you quite often see shells carved onto the knees on these tables as well during the Georgian period. And the acanthus leaf at the top has got a little twist, which is like a flame. Now again, there will be more rubbing that we'll need to do on this table. We're not going to film everything that we do, but it gives you an idea what we do. Again, we've got to get into all the reeds and the grooves, flutes. And we're getting that nice and smooth now. And again, we go over it all again with a 4-0 grade. And we're just going to tidy the back up as well. We're not going to go to town on the back. It rarely gets seen. We just want it clean and tidy. So it's waxing day. We just use a nice dark to medium wax. Again, wax does protect the shellac. And we want that antique finish as well. Just give her a bit of a buff up and getting that nice sheen now. It's lovely and smooth to the touch. We'll buff the column up. it's getting a nice glow now. Bit of wax on the back. There's a few wormholes there as well. Great for originality. And now time to wax the top. Again, we're just using like a shoe brush here. It gets into all the grooves. And all the shells again. Buff it up, and then we'll take her out to the driveway and we'll give you some video of the finished product. So we had a beautiful table with a modern finish, and now we've brought her back to her former glory. Beautiful red mahogany. Before and after. It's a beautiful golden colour now on the top, with all those 8 beautiful shells. The beautiful claw feet, the Roman cannon-shaped column, and now we'll bring in a little bit of sunlight and she's glowing. I could imagine 250 years ago this beautiful table sitting in the Lord's mansion across from a huge fireplace, with the light from the flames making the table glow red as if it was coming to life. I'm glad I got to share this amazingly beautiful and rare table with you all. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, throw us a thumbs up, and stay tuned for our next exciting project. There will be a playlist for the stripping of the table and the repairs, so you can watch the whole series one after the other. The colour is truly amazing. It's like it's alive. Mrs. Fluffy wants some food. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.